Excellent. Oh, it's so creepy when it does that. All right, here we go. All right, I don't know what that was.
Jesus fuck.
It's like, why do you channel your inner quagmire?
All right, let's do it.
1 year of this and it's still gonna shit.
And we're still in lockdown, and Dave's still not. Great. Such a joke. All right, hello, my name is Isaac, and welcome to the Three Schooners.
Hello, my name is David, and what Isaac said, the Three Schooners, welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is JJ, and it's our 1 year anniversary.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Just one more. Because I don't think you can get enough air horns, to be honest.
Schooners. Free.
Anyway.
Who would have thought we made it this far?
What song is that again? Who would have thought hip hop would have made it this far? Biggie Smalls.
It was all a dream. I thought podcasts in my cream.
Nope, that's enough.
No.
Podcasts in your cream. It's a bit weird.
Surely something about a stream.
Never really took off.
Surely something about a stream.
I don't know why to not a rapper.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the podcast, everyone. We've done 1 year, as the previous celebration would have stated. And this week's episode, we're going to recap a little bit about our year of podcasting, our huge inconsistency in posting.
to which,
what do you mean? Every week?
I highlight my girlfriend Elise, she highlighted, you're doing one of those shitty montage things programs do when they don't know what they want to do. I was
yes.
Like, that's exactly what we're doing, yeah.
That's it. What I really
love clip episodes.
What I want you to do, Isaac, is I want you to go, your job, because you've got fuck all to do just now, is to go through all the episodes and just get clips of you every time going, hello and welcome. And just all of them. I'd love that. Anyway, so this podcast, we're going to go through a few fun things. People have asked us questions. We've got questions to answer.
We've had fan engagement. Firstly, we have fans.
Fucking men.
They're all my mum. They're just all my mum.
Which I've got a note here about your mum. We'll get to that later.
Don't tell them that, Dave.
It's
Jeez.
circled and it has pretty hearts around it.
Oh.
Weirdo.
Is it though?
But before we get on to that, for the first time, actually, live, let's get on the beers.
Rapidly hit on the beers. That's your civic duty. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. Beers. Hit on the beers, and that's what must be done.
How's that, boys? What an absolute upgrade.
We have to dance a lot longer than we used to.
To be fair, we don't. And we're going to have the cutaway where we bag ourselves for doing the exact same thing everywhere. It's kind of like a resettler of morale. It's like, all right, we can move forward now.
Yeah.
Right, so let's do what we normally do. Isaac, what beer have you got?
I've got the same beer I've been drinking for the last 10 days of quarantine. Furphy.
Hey!
David. Actually, no, David, you've got a bit of a surprise, don't you?
Yeah, I've dressed smart for the occasion with the tie.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
Done that. And the Three Schooners t-shirt the merchandise that we've only ever sold to ourselves.
Yes.
And,
and Isaac's not even wearing it, which is the best bit.
Do you even still have it?
Yeah, I'm in quarantine.
Yeah, that's such a lie.
I brought 3 shirts and 3 leggings. That's it.
3 leggings.
That's all he needs. Every day's the same.
Anyway, Dave, what's your drink?
I have, well, it's our birthday, boys, so I've gone to the top shelf.
All right.
I have a rum on the rocks, Dead Man Fingers.
Oh,
yeah.
That's lovely.
Well
done, mate. Well, I drank all my Desperados at my birthday, which I got a massive case of. So unfortunately, I've got a Furphy as well. It's a desperado.
He's been doing, and he's been doing that joke for a year. Yeah,
1 year. 1 year of the same joke.
And do you know what? Year 2 is just going to be the same, isn't it? Really, let's face it.
Absolutely. Until we're sponsored by these cunts. Absolutely.
That's the end goal. Just get the sponsor, get the contract, and then just never make a podcast.
Yeah, never talk about it again.
Well, cheers, boys.
Cheers,
boys.
Oh,
Cheers.
Wait.
Love you.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good beer.
Oh,
I'm really sick of Furphy now.
It's so strong. Oh.
Um,
You've done well. I know you're in isolation. You've been moved by the DHHS, but you were living in a hostel.
Yep.
You were getting any beer you could get your hands on, whether it came out of a skip from a tramp you met in the road or the middle aisle of Aldi. Not even the alcohol aisle of Aldi, the middle aisle. And now...
You got his alcohol,
yeah.
a Wellington boot, and a gnome.
And now look at you. You're in a nice room with a L couch, and you have proper beer. You even have a lady with you. It took us a whole year to get a lady to come near you, and now you live with one.
No. It's just because she can't leave.
She's government mandated to stay here. There's a detention notice and everything. It's quite cruel.
She steps outside the door.
Immigration straight on her case.
So you've been in isolation. I've been in isolation. I got out today, but it was literally the moment before we started podcasting. No word of a lie. I'll put it up. I got a text message saying that I've been to a tier 2 site. I've been out for a grand total of 1 hour, and I got a text message telling me I've been to a tier 2 site to get tested and isolate again. What a time to be alive. What a time. But again, you're not in isolation, Dave. You can freely move about.
I've just came back from Brisbane. Rub it in. I went to Brisbane for a wedding. I got on a plane. COVID didn't follow me.
Remember planes, JJ?
Yeah. The big metal bird things.
They're still shit. Although I was that on the way home, I was incredibly hungover, like dying out my fucking arse. And they did that thing where, because Elise, my girlfriend, she is like super efficient at everything, which can be really annoying at times, but she's very handy. She's good personal assistant for me. But anyway, we got to the airport nice and early. We were sitting there, and they came over to us, and they were like, do you want to be capable adults and do the fire exit thing, where you sit by the fire escape?
I love that. You get a bit more leg room.
Are you? And they turn around, they go, are you capable in an emergency? And I was like, well, fucking Elisa's, you've got no hope with me. Like, fucking, if there's an emergency, I'm fucking drooling out my mouth and throwing up in the corner. So there it was, just the whole flight, 2 hour flight, crouched over, staring out the window, like dying out my fucking arse. It was
question.
Great.
Do you clap when the plane lands?
No.
But Elise used to be an air hostess, and she said people did that, and I was shocked.
To me, that's a massive. It's a big no-no, right? We don't.
It's a huge no-no. Unless you're pissed and you just want to take the piss.
Yeah.
Then it's funny because then someone else is doing it seriously, and you're like, you're a wanker.
I've never even experienced it.
I have, man. I mean, going to America.
If they did it, I'd purposely, if I knew prior, I'd open the emergency exit and let us all be sucked out to our death and rather go through that. But
well, let's get the podcast started.
I'm more happier notes.
So it's been 1 year since we started doing this.
Yes.
We started doing this in lockdown last year. And I think it's became quite it's essentially just therapy for 3 mates, isn't it? At this point,
100%.
I think that's how it started. Really, I was like, hey, we've got fuck all to do, and I'm fed up of watching The Block over and over again. So, hey, do you want to start a podcast? And we were all in vulnerable situations where we just needed to talk to people over Zoom. It was like, yeah. We're clever people. People want to hear what we say. And yeah.
And we also naively thought tourism was going to come stronger and earlier.
And that's what we started with, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were like, it's all going to be about relocating to Australia and stuff like that. And just not relevant at all to anyone for the last year.
I mean, even if you look at our episode list, which we'll go into, but we start with living in stage 4 lockdown. That was our first episode where we talked about like it was new. It was it wasn't.
Oh, you've actually wrote down some notes here, haven't you?
Yeah, I've wrote down notes.
Some fucking notes. I like this.
I've been doing nothing for 10 days and I've got no notes.
Well, we know I'm the organised one. We have the flow chart.
The flow chart. Oh.
Oh my god!
Fuck me, they were the worst thing ever.
Have we still got the flow chart somewhere?
Somewhere, yeah. On a
remember?
Somewhere.
Right, okay, so go back to the first one, Dave. Yeah.
So we got living in stage 4 lockdown. So we start off really supportive, and then our second one was making money during COVID. Actually, we were trying to impart great knowledge upon our listeners, and we were really trying to help them get through a tough time. By episode 4, we'd really taken a left turn because our episode was called "Shitting Yourself in Public."
Nice.
So
that was my birthday episode. That's what that was.
That was a great episode.
Which, by the way, 2 days and I turned 30.
Yeah,
yeah, 30.
Yeah. So
then you'll only be like
all grown
1/10 of Dave's age.
Yeah.
Then you'll be just shitting yourself every fucking 5 minutes, really.
Dave invented the sundial for anyone who doesn't know.
What do you mean? I invented the sun.
I love that.
When Dave was born, there was only 10 months.
In Egypt, they've got hieroglyphs of me. It's just a sky with glasses and peroxide white hair.
They just mispronounced December. It's actually Devember. Because he invented the last 2 months. Have you ever actually looked at the months where it goes August and then September, October, November, December. So Sept is 7, Oct is 8, Nov is 9, and Dec is 10. But obviously,
wasn't it Julius Caesar made July?
Yeah, Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar stuck a couple of months with their name in, and
why not?
Anyway, so we went off on a tangent there as well, Dave. So
I like this.
Before we were shitting ourselves.
Yeah. Oh no, we'll come back to it later because we'll probably go into it a bit more depth. But we've had some. I went through them earlier. We've had quite a lot of episodes considering we've been monumentally shit at this.
I know, because I fucking edited them all.
And do you know what? Every episode you talked about you editing them and complained about you editing them. So much. And then he got a new laptop. I was like, oh, this editing thing doesn't take long, but it's still shit.
Yeah, that's why I put the theme tune in the actual recording now, so that I don't have to go and splice it in. Essentially, set the levels, and that's it. That's all we're getting.
Surely it takes you like 5 minutes. Surely.
Honestly, I'm going to slide tackle you the next time I see you.
Well, it's going to be for a while. You're in lockdown, cunt.
Justice.
That got to your head so quickly.
Do the air horn. Do it right now.
We'll let Dave's done a joke, everyone. Well done, Dave. Well done. Well done.
We're starting to learn in the workplace where I work that there is a difference between
the workplace where you work,
where I go to trade my life for money. But we're starting to realize that there's a difference between actual humor and Dave humor.
Oh, we do that. We've known that for ages.
Right.
How many episodes have we had?
I'm honestly not sure. I think 20 at this point.
Well, 20. Yeah, we knew that 20 episodes ago, Dave.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
When you say a joke or get a joke, we're all just like, ooh. I've got buttons for everything, son.
Who gave him a fucking soundboard?
That's superb.
Is that my soundboard? That best not be my soundboard.
I'll show. I'm using Enable Push for it.
Okay. Look at me. I'm JJ. I've got technology.
Whilst I remember, here's going completely on a tangent. Remember I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes.
So today, after the 2 and a bit years it's been since I was on it, I finally got a frame sent that I can frame my little check in. Look at that.
Superb.
I got a little check. I'm just going to put that next to my...
Wait, is that a cashable check? Have you not cashed it?
No, it said this check is not valid. It's down that bit there.
Do you actually Do you actually have videos of you being on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Mate, the whole episode is up on my YouTube channel. The whole thing.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You have a
you
YouTube channel?
I've got a YouTube channel.
I'd love to see my YouTube channel versus yours. I think. Actually,
I know the best
channel.
Isaac's YouTube channel. If anyone's not checked out Isaac's Keep Fit video, you are missing it.
Well, actually, we'll provide a link to Isaac's Get Fit video in the description.
Workout time with Isaac G.
Oh, it's so good.
If you ever wanted to know what Andy Samberg being in the music video for Eric Prince's Call on Me is, this is the answer. This is if it's ever been a question, this is the answer.
It's horrendous.
Oh,
it's great.
It's just one of the best things I've ever seen.
Do you remember that time? We all went out and it was like a lockdown? We just came out of lockdown and then we all went back to someone's flat because it was allowed. And just weirdly, halfway through the party, someone just stuck on your workout videos and we all sat there in the front room just watching it. Do you remember that? I remember that.
Was that at 51?
No, that was at our other friends who lived above the Banff.
I don't remember that.
Do you not remember that?
Probably off my tits.
You probably were, yeah.
The brothel.
The revolving door.
It was just really weird. We all just sitting there watching videos of Isaac working out. I was like, what, this party's took a left turn now.
Sometimes at a brothel, you've got to watch things to get yourself going. My thing is spandex. Anyway, so what other episodes have we had?
Well, we started off really hopeful. We started off with living in stage 4 lockdown, which I didn't have the best mic in the world. It took me a while to get quite a good mic, if you remember.
I do remember.
I think a good question is, since we started the podcast, we actually never thought that it would last more than a month. And we have actually managed to do it a year. Not only that, we actually have managed to collect some sort of following and some sort of fans like going, oh, when you're bringing out the next one, like,
yeah,
my dad avidly listens to it, and that's about it. No, but hi, Dad.
We done bingo, trivia at the weekend, and my friend Fraser logged in and he seen Isaac, and he went, "It's Isaac from the Three Schooners." And I was like, "Yeah, he was like, that's really cool."
It was even getting to the point where we'd be in a bar and someone would go, I've had it a few times where I've been in a bar or been someone and someone goes, "You're Dave, aren't you?" I'm like, yeah. And they're like, "You do the Three Schooners thing." And I'm like, I'm famous.
Well, that's how I met Miff. I didn't know Miff before we did this. And now I fucking absolutely love Miff.
Oh, Miffy.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. I had no idea who she was before we started this.
I wanted to get her on one day, but it's been
Oh, we can still do that.
Yeah.
Still do that.
We've still got another mic sitting somewhere.
Oh no! So yeah, we've got a mic here. We've got a mic over there. I've a birthday present I'm getting from my mum is a new Shure SM58 microphone as well. So I've got that one as well. So
as if you didn't have enough mics already.
Do you get more headphones as well?
Yeah, he literally collects technology for the sake of collecting it.
I didn't get any new headphones this year, but saying that, we'll get onto this a bit later on. Apple's announcement is happening on Wednesday morning, which is my birthday morning. So I'm going to be very up and excited for that, where they're going to be releasing the new AirPods 3. I kind of want to try them, see what they're like. So I might get a new set of headphones.
I really want to get the new watch. I want to get a new watch.
Yeah, the 7. It looks good. But we'll get onto that later.
I'm on beer now. I'm on barely twisted palm tropical ale. Also, the artwork looks like Roald Dahl did it. Anyway, moving
Great
on.
analysis there about Dave.
In my Three Schooners glass. There you go.
Talking about
Three
cool
Schooners bottle opener. There you go.
Talking about cool glasses, thank you very much for my decanter that I got, Dave. That was lovely.
Yeah, so it was JJ's birthday. What was it? A virtual birthday party?
We all sat in a Zoom and we realized, so there's about 50 people roughly that logged in. There was a couple of pages on Zoom and I've never had that before.
It was hard to keep involved.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. But we very quickly realized how much you can't do a Zoom birthday. Like, with people from like the Scotland and England and over here in Australia, and everyone's just sitting there not knowing each other because they've never met each other. Now I'm going, so what do we do now? Do we just drink? So we ended up getting a Wheel of Fortune spin wheel on the screen, put everyone's name in it. If it landed on it, you drank. This lasted for about 8 minutes, at which point I said, join me later on for trivia where we will get more drunk. But
my internet cut out for about 5 minutes. And when I came back, the Zoom was over.
Yeah,
I have a problem with drinking games because, it's like, when it lands on you, you have to drink. The problem with me is I drink in between as well. So when it lands on me, I'm like, I might as well just fucking drink, mightn't I? And then I'm steaming by the end of it. And
what if we change the rules then to be, if it lands on you, you're not allowed to drink for 2 minutes?
That sounds like hell.
Yeah, you don't want because so you try and get all your drinks in case it does land on you.
I mean, a clever person would do that, but you're talking to me, yeah.
And then if you break it, there's a punishment of some sort where you can't drink for longer.
Yeah.
Because then when you're so pissed that you're like, oh, fuck. Like, and you accidentally do it. And then you're like, fuck, I wasn't meant to do that. And then you have to not drink.
You have to like marry your cousin or something.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
Is this the Tasmania drinking game?
There we go. It's called Marry Your Cousin.
And if you listen in Tasmania, sorry, but no one listens in Tasmania. They don't even have internet or fire. Joey was the best person to play a drinking game with. Ashley Nichols. And do you know who we had on the show once? Ashley Nichols. That's Dave doing a segue.
Fucking hell.
Wait, Ash was our first guest.
Ash was our first guest. He was episode 5. It was how to get over your fear of flying, which I think if you listen to the episode, you actually become more afraid of flying after it. So.
I actually reckon that was like Ash has been one of my best mates or one of our best mates for a different amount of times.
I was mates with him first.
But I learnt so much about him in that episode. Like a stupid amount about his journey to Australia, how many times he'd been here and fucking didn't know he was in Rio and how his...
Honestly thought you were going to say rehab there. Didn't know he was in rehab.
Not only was he in Rio, he was in a gangbang in Rio and he was the one who had to sit out. Remember that?
He was.
In the weird 100-person room.
Everyone's just having a gangbang and he
was the DJ. He was the gangbang DJ in the corner.
Awkward Ash in the corner like...
I can't take part. I'm too nervous about flying.
God.
Yeah, good old Ash. Cheers, Ash.
Cheers to Ash. Hope he's doing well. I think he luckily escaped isolation. Justin, no more.
Nope.
Yeah. There you go.
How drunk have I gotten, Isaac? You look bloody as hell.
I don't know what just happened then.
There we go.
Hey.
So what
3, 2, 1, back in the room.
What happened after that?
We had, before that, we had how we get free drinks. That was our 3rd episode. That was mainly, that I'd say it was one of the up there for one of my favorite episodes because we actually touched on about how you caused a riot in Scotland when organizing a party for the Jubilee. Was it the Jubilee?
The Royal Wedding.
Yeah. And then you had to flee the country and then you weren't allowed back in the country because you had to pay fines or something like that. And then you had to go.
No, that was a completely different thing.
That was a different thing.
Yeah, that
was one of JJ's many antics.
Yeah. Good old JJ. A nightmare with the law. We were also talking back then, making money during COVID. I did my clinical trials and didn't get superpowers.
Guinea pig Dave.
Guinea pig Dave. I was like, so if you're stuck in lockdown, you've lost your job, just rent your body out to the medical industry. And that's a great piece of advice. Pump yourself full of drugs. But given what's happened with like all the COVID kind of conspiracy theories, I mean, that's the least of your worries if you really believe
I remember I had to bring you nail clippers.
Yes, you did, because I was turning into Edward Scissorhands.
You know the daily rate, because I've been checking this because I've been bored. The daily rate's gone up.
What? During
for clinical trials and shit.
That doesn't
like,
sound like exploitation at all.
it was like $350 a day when you did it. It's now like $450 a day or some shit.
It's ridiculous how much money you just get for sitting on your ass.
I know. Especially
I
when
just did it for like 14 days.
Exactly. You're
telling me I could have been getting paid $450 a day for that shit.
I said there was one clinical trial that I only just missed out on. If I got it, I would have been paid out 10 grand.
Was that the one where they were going to take shit out of your fucking spine?
Oh yeah, that one wasn't.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I remember telling you guys, I was like, yes, I'm going in for a clinical trial. You guys are like, oh, you're going to be okay. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I get this much money. I get 8 grand. You're like, wow, that's so good. It's one little teeny weeny issue though. You're like, what is it? Do you have to shit in front of someone? No, they take fluid out my spine. nah, I don't. I'm out of this conversation. See you later.
Oh god.
So what did we have after that, Dave?
We had shitting yourself in public. We had how to get over your fear of flying. Then we got real serious. We did does technology make your life better? Which I thought that was quite an interesting episode that we did. Because we were talking about, you are very tech savvy, JJ. So we did ponder, does technology make your life better? And we found out that you worked for Telstra and stuff like that.
Nope,
so,
Tesla, different company.
Different TEL. Yeah, no, different.
I don't think I've been here for half of these episodes.
Yeah, worked for Tesla. That was good.
What did I say? Telstra?
Yeah, that's a phone company, mate. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But I think right now is a good time, because we're talking about technology, to speak about the Apple event that's coming up.
Well, you also, if you want to talk about technology, we had the PlayStation Showcase the other day. Okay, only I cared about that.
Okay, that's
this
lovely.
was Wolverine. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and they announced Spider-Man 2. That was pretty fucking
right, Apple. I feel like JJ's lining up. He really wants to say something.
I'm actually going to talk about another bit of technology, which is the time that Google deleted all our shit.
Oh, do you remember that?
Why did they do that?
I don't know. We've still not had a reply from them.
Yeah, I know.
So when we set up the podcast, we were pretty on the ball to begin with, and then it's drastically dropped off. But we had a Google Drive and everything. We should probably not be saying this because people will be hacking into us. But our password is.
It's all right. We'll just get shut down by Google again.
Still in a coma. Come back to life, Dave.
that was the strangest episode. People actually came up to me and were like, because it was a Georgina or something. She came up to the other. I was like, I listened to the podcast. Were you actually in a coma?
Yes. I had so many people message me and be like, I'm so sorry about your friend. I was like, I don't know how to respond now. I feel so bad. I'm like discrediting people that are actually in coma.
People actually, were you in a coma? I was like, no, it was just a weird joke they picked up at the beginning of the episode. And they decided to carry it on for a whole fucking hour.
Turns out it's been a month. So, but the coma's been 6 years. But yeah, remember Google just deleted all our shit, Isaac?
Yeah. It's not been. There's actually a lot to being a podcaster. You got to talk about things. That's probably the key thing.
Boo-hoo, you couple of pricks. I need to turn up and drink a beer and talk about shit. Then I have to sit and edit all of our fish. All of it. I need to do an audio version, then I need to do a video version.
But you shouldn't be buying all this fucking technology, really. You're asking for it, aren't you?
But yeah, Google deleted all the shit, and we actually had quite a decent amount of people subscribed to us.
We were doing really well. We had quite a lot of YouTube supporters, and our ratings were going through the roof at the beginning, I remember. And then everyone
through
came
the
out.
Roof. That's
shut up, Isaac.
Depends how low the roof is.
Yeah. I was going to make a horrendous joke then, but no.
Go for it.
Anyway,
do the joke.
Joe Fritzl's basement's roof.
That was horrendous. That was so bad. That was not good at all.
And that's going to be the snippet, the little preview for this week.
We've never really edited anything out. I feel like that should be.
We have so edited things out.
Yeah, remember that time you were super racist?
I was not racist. I actually have a note here saying racist Dave. Which, just if you're listening, if you're a new listener, I wasn't racist.
It was not racist.
I was meant to say malaria, and I said the most deadly disease in the world, and I was meant to say malaria, and I said Malaysia. And I've never been allowed into that country or that area since.
I forgot about that. That's
And then
so
not only
good. I'm
that,
so
not
happy
only
Dave went
that.
through the notes.
Not only that, you guys decided to post a video of it on the internet with the caption "Racist Dave."
I think that's why we got taken down from Google. I said this because it's like a hate crime, whatever. It's against Google's terms of whatever. And no one actually watched the video. It's just we said racist Dave, and we had all these files named racist Dave, Instagram racist Dave, Facebook racist Dave 169 racist.
100% worth it.
That's why.
We'll just set up another account. There you go, internet. Yay.
That was funny. I like that.
Have you heard about? I heard about this the other day. Actually, get a bit serious. They're talking about, and I actually hope this comes in. Talking about you need to provide some form of ID now to open a social media account. I don't know where I heard that, but I heard it the other day. So it's like it's in a combat to battle online trolls. So you open a social media account because people are opening up fake accounts.
Yeah, to have a verification so that you're owning everything that you do.
You're accountable for what you say. Yeah,
I mean that makes sense.
I like that. If it's in a combat to fight the trolls, but then with anything, any good motion that's put up, there's always the pros and cons, isn't there?
I mean, we're being watched in everything we do, right? So fucking may as well.
we
have
are
some ownership
record.
there.
Well, that's why we're
recording
sponsored by this week's sponsor, NordVPN. Now,
I can't wait for the day we get a sponsor. How good is that going to be?
Oh,
Even if it was
honestly,
like sex toys or
it's
something.
never gonna
or
happen.
Back
calling all St Kilda bars. If you would like a shout out, it'll cost you exactly 6 beers.
What actually happens when you get a sponsor? Like, there's
You have to write a contract. You need to stick to a schedule. You need to do things. We're going to get a lockdown soon. We're about to hit 70% vaxxed or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to.
We're never going to make an episode ever again.
I'm excited about that. But can we get back to Apple?
Yes.
Because we went off in a tangerine. And how good is fruit? Anyway,
Fruit's superb.
That was my tangent. I'm very excited because every year I sit up and I wait for the Apple keynote because I like to see what new things they're bringing out, which is always the iPhone and an iPad will inevitably be there. They think the new iPad mini without the button now. So it's going to be essentially just a huge iPhone that doesn't take calls unless you get the SIM version, in which case it will just be a massive iPhone. But the new phone will come out and it's always good production. I love it. It's always really well done. And I get really excited about it. And this year, because of the time difference, it starts at 3 a.m. at the start of my birthday. So I've got something on at the very start. I've got something to do at the very beginning of my birthday.
So you're saying you get up at 3 a.m. to start your birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I normally get up at just and socially a normal time.
Who's a fucking idiot then? Think about this. 24 hours to your birthday and you're wasting, 8 of them? That's a third of it.
Fair. You sound way cool. Anyone listening, you sound really fucking cool, and I know the truth. Which you go for afternoon naps
every day.
Hey, naps are superb.
Yeah, but
I will live to 163 because of the amount of naps I've had. I'm going to be fine.
You sit all day at a desk and you're like, oh, I need a nap now.
I need a nap. The copious amount of alcohol that goes into my body.
What, during work?
It's going to be offset by the naps that I take. So I'm going to live forever.
You're only going to live to 57 because that's the average age of a Scotsman.
Yeah, so, yes. But and I've not got it.
You know
that was a bingo reference for anyone.
Do you know what I really do like about Apple, apart from their products? I really like the adverts they do, and they get that British guy with the super smooth voice, and he makes like apps sound sexy. Do you not remember that? And then what I love about that is the people reviewing the adverts, like Aussie Man Reviews.
Oh, he's an absolute legend.
He's a legend.
He's so good.
Do you remember?
He's been around for ages too.
Yeah, where it's like, when the iPhone first became waterproof, and he's like, and it's black, it comes in jet black, and now it's waterproof, so it means you can wank in the shower. It was just, I love this guy. This guy's
You'll
great.
clog up your drains, guys, just so you know. I think it was like St. Andrews University where they had to tell them to stop wanking in the shower because it was ruining the plumbing. Absolutely.
I think I remember reading that.
Yeah. Unreal. Love it. Just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how smart you are, you'll always be lonely and you'll have to have a wank in the shower. Don't care if you've made it to St. Andrews University, they study physics, you're still having a wank in the shower, same as everyone else.
And getting told off by the dean.
And now a shout out to Isaac's mum, who's listening. Hi.
Which was also a highlight of us doing the podcast for the year, was when your sister, what was it? Oh, it was Isaac talking about how he had sex in a nightclub. Revs, I believe it was. Do you have
No, that would have been Tramp.
Was it Tramp? Yeah.
Oh no, that's the girl you were with. What was the club?
By the way, that girl, whose name I won't say, had a child yesterday. So
and it looks just like Isaac.
What's his hair like?
I mean,
does it look good in leggings?
That was 7 years ago, guys. I don't know if you know how the system works.
It came out wearing leggings and looked like Jesus.
That's how we get the name Jeggins, isn't it? Jesus leggings. That's it. Yeah.
I remember the first time I met you and you were wearing leggings. I was like, this guy's really different. I still think the same, to be honest.
I can't remember the first time I met you, Isaac. Not got a clue.
I reckon it would have been at Barclay.
Probably.
Or Dave may have taken you to base pre-Barclay. And then I may have met you in passing there, but it definitely would have been Barclay related.
Could have been for Frat Party Fridays, the greatest event into St.
I have no idea how we became actual friends, though. I can't remember an occasion. And suddenly you were just there all the time.
I think it was just one Friday, 2 Fridays, 3. And then by like the third Friday, I'm like pretending to be a DJ with you guys. Then I'm like one of the groupies.
The thing. He's just there all the time. And then the real problem is trying to get rid of him.
When I just grab your headphones and plug it into the mic port and start talking.
We remember that vividly.
Do you remember when he...
All right, Barclay, we're doing $5 Jaeger bombs. No, we're not. Yeah, we are.
You don't even work here, Isaac.
Do you remember when we would teach him how to DJ and he learned how the reverse button worked and then just kept switching it to that mid-set? So speaking of Barclay, Hotel Barclay, we actually did our first and last live episode.
That was an amazing transition. Well done. I love that.
That could have been our word. If you have just got into this and you're like, oh, these guys actually sound funny. Firstly, what the fuck are you thinking? Secondly, if you are thinking of what episodes to listen to, do not listen to Hotel Barclay because it could possibly be the worst episode we ever did. It literally, I remember
worst sounding.
The interview with Kerry was beautiful. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I forget that people exist. And then the actual interview was
I forget there's people other than me.
The interview was actually wonderful and we had it all set up so nicely. What we didn't take into account is the way that we recorded it through Zoom, picked up every mic half a second after the person spoke into it.
4 times.
4 times. So I had to go in and individually remove every echo from an hour and 15-minute long fucking podcast.
But I think it took us 2 hours to set up that day as well.
It did.
Because that was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah,
we had to use like sandbags for things and like all kinds of like mic stands, and it was all Nah.
That's why we hire that guy called Stephen to come in and hold a light over us so we could see each other. Wonder how Stephen is now.
Yeah. Probably still holding lights. We also did the 2020 American election. Oh. Remember that one? That was a beautiful time. And if you thought the world could get crazy, and then it was like, I compared it to Star Wars. It was like when the Empire lost and the Alliance won.
Wait, just think about it. We were very close.
That's at the height of our podcasting. That was like where we thought we were that important and knowledgeable. We could talk about American politics.
Yeah.
A country
none of us are American.
And a country none of us have lived in or understand how it works.
No. I don't know why we did that. But we'll do it again.
Yeah. Because we're three lads who have a beer and we talk about hard topics and we don't have a clue what we're talking about.
We've got the Australian election next year, so we definitely have to do the most up-to-date coverage of that.
Let's get Dan Andrews on.
Oh, could you imagine? Oh,
should we get him on? That'll be amazing.
He is in our podcast.
I reckon
it literally is in the podcast. Yeah,
I reckon he'd get on board. You know,
I'm gonna message him
if you sent him a message every day. If you
sent Dwayne, we have Dwayne. We'll be fine. We'll get down.
But if you sent him a message every day, if you sent him a tweet every day, if you held his family ransom every day, I reckon he'd come on.
So if you're using this as evidence in the court case in the future, hi Dan.
They were just three simple lads trying to make their way.
It was all Dave. All of it, Dave.
He was so old, he was fed up with politics for thousands of years.
Yeah. And then probably after that, one of my favorite episodes was Games You Forgot About, which I think was an absolute world-class episode. Because let's face it, we're all nerds. So
speak for yourself, cunt.
Well, I'm going to get another beer because
is that an Iron Man in your top right frame?
Yes, this guy.
Yep,
it's really fun to try.
Touched his doodle.
Well, talking about games, this week I completed my first ever game.
Yeah, I saw that. What was it?
Super Mario Odyssey for the Switch. Absolutely unreal.
So what is it?
So the story goes, you're Mario, obviously, but you're not always Mario. This is the thing. They've got this ship called the Odyssey, which is just like flying around fucking space for some reason. But there's also I never seen the start of the game because Yasmin started the game without me. But you've got this hat friend who has also got a hat friend, but she's like the tiara for Princess Peach, and Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser. And then your hat friend, whenever you throw your hat and it hits another character in the game, Mario goes into them and you get to be that character.
Yeah,
and
right.
It's a lot of fun.
Is it all platform based? Like, or is it like different types of games, each level kind of thing?
It's all platform based, but you go between Mario, as we know it now, that can run about like N64 style, and back towards NES, and you go into 8-bit. Oh, it's unreal.
You think after all these years, Bowser would just figure out to stop being a dick?
Oh, he's just a rapey, horrible bastard.
Yeah, just do something. If you're gonna steal it, at least do something about it.
Like cut her head off or something. Fucking commit.
I mean, he's just at this point, he might as well enter politics. He's just so annoying and crap and villainous.
We need to make a soundbite that's like, it's Dave's jokes.
I'll cut that out and I'll make that it. I'll have jokes. And then
anyway. And then we didn't do that great after that. We had an episode about Sydney. That was when Isaac went on the holiday.
Yes.
Do you remember when you went on holiday?
I do. I remember many moons ago.
Do you remember what it's like to have a holiday?
Yes. And hoping to have one in 5 days' time. If I can cheat the system.
Can we, first of all, speak about this 70% vax thing? Because I don't know what the rules are at the moment.
Okay.
Can you explain to me the 70% vax thing?
Well,
you got to 70%.
So the National Cabinet had their meeting and they worked out their framework out of COVID. And all the states agreed that they'll lift a certain amount of, not physical restrictions, but like interpolitical restrictions. So the idea of not having lockdowns, the idea of borders coming down, all that kind of bollocks. At 70%, of the over 16 age group fully vaxxed, and then 80%. Well,
that's not what we're at, though. We're at 70% single vax.
Yeah, no, it means nothing. Technically, based off the National Cabinet, 70% means absolutely nothing. The idea is that if we've got 70% single vaxxed, then people are almost guaranteed to get their second vax. Therefore, we're on the right path. It's all bollocks. I've completely changed my tune from a year ago, and it's all bollocks.
I will like to interject 1 minute while we reminisce. But if you notice, JJ is spinning the bottle opener around his hand. And there was that one episode where JJ got his finger stuck in the bottle opener and had to leave halfway through an episode.
That was so good.
To go help get Yasmin. He had to go get Yasmin to help him get his finger unstuck from the bottle opener. So JJ, put the bottle opener down, mate.
Yasmin, for my birthday, I'm just opening up my second Desperado right now, guys. I think it's every time we announce a drink that we get on the so that's a new rule. This soundboard isn't going anywhere, by the way. This is staying. And I'm the guy.
Did you get this for the episode?
No, I've been doing this throughout trivia. JJ's online trivia, everyone, every Friday, Saturday night, if you want to take part. And we've been having music rounds. It's a whole lot of fun. But I think it's great. Anyway, Yasmin, for my birthday, has bought me. And if anyone's ever been to my apartment before, they know how absolutely ridiculous this is. A full-size pool table, 8 foot by 4 foot. It's fucking huge. It's not arrived yet, but I've measured my house and it's not going to fit. So I'm really excited to see what we do. It plugs into the wall. It's got LED lights. It's got a little attachment that you put on top. It becomes an air hockey table that's all the air comes through. That flips over. It becomes a poker table. Very exciting.
This is literally what happens when a man who has everything and you need to buy him something for his birthday. This is what happens when a man has got everything. It's like, what do I buy him? But he's already got 5 foot spas, so I'll just get him a fucking pool table.
Yeah, it's a weird one, man. So I've got a pool table arriving pretty soon, I think. I think it arrives Friday or something like that. So if anyone that's listening ever wants to come play pool, fuck off, it's my pool table.
Now play it alone in the dark.
No, not in the dark. It's got lights.
It's got lights.
It's got lights. It's got lights that light up it. Did you say that bit? Oh, you said that before.
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, what happened after that, Dave? What are we
well,
doing
actually, it's kind of links up. Another brilliant segue by Dave.
Oh, I'm excited.
What to buy a guy for Christmas?
That was good. That was very good.
That was very good. I think I've taken over in this threesome as the
please don't call it a fucking threesome, man. Fucking hell.
This freeway. In this freeway.
That's the same thing.
Okay. What to buy a guy for Christmas, which was very, very informative. Can't really remember it.
Were we drunk? Yes. Yes,
yeah,
we were.
We get drunk quite a lot on our episodes. We have a great format, really. We just get pissed.
Yeah, and all of our ladies, because that's right, we've now all got ladies. We've all got ladies now. We've all achieved it, okay? We were waiting on you, Isaac. It took a while.
Do you remember when we openly advertised for Isaac to get a girlfriend during the episode?
Yeah, I had to import her from fucking Spain.
She can hear that, can't she?
She can't do that.
All of our ladies just have to sit by as we all go and talk to our mates and get drunk. And because it's art, there's fuck all they can do about it.
And then we all live in like not the biggest areas. Or I don't know about you, Dave, or you, JJ, but I'm currently in a caravan park thing.
Are you actually in a caravan?
She's locked in the second bedroom working out or something whilst I get the whole lounge room and the kitchen.
I would like to congratulate you, Isaac. I think you've done amazingly. You've progressed throughout the years and you've finally got yourself a lady. Well done.
Stop with the sounds.
It feels just like a bingo.
Anyway, what happened after? What did you get a guy for Christmas? That was only fucking 9 months ago.
Not a fucking pool table, because you got one now.
Yep.
After that was we had our first celebrity.
Oh,
We are Mashd'n'Kutcher, the boys who do
That's an air horn sound worthy.
That was a very good episode. It was very insightful, that one. We saw into the music industry, how hard it was to actually get into the Triple J 100.
They got to number 12 with our podcast theme tune.
Yeah, just purely us and our 5 listeners.
Hey, 5.5. that one person did get cut in half, and we haven't found the rest of the body yet. So 5.5.
But yeah, it was actually kind of eye-opening to see how, what did I say, political.
Oh no, we're not going back to political shit again, Dave. Okay, we're not doing it.
It was actually quite surprising to see their
just
agendas.
the process and how it works.
Yeah, and they do have an agenda, and your song could actually be really good, but if you don't kind of fit into their brackets, then they don't want to know. So I found that all pretty interesting, and just like the story is mad. It's pretty fucking cool being a famous DJ. Pretty fucking cool. And him getting lost in Vegas with you or something like that.
Oh no, that was Miami. That was a whole thing.
Miami.
Another one of JJ's magical adventures. Ooh. Yeah, thank you. Just another magical adventure that I went on. What did we have after that? I've just realized how long this podcast is so far.
How long are we on?
I think we're over an hour now.
Really?
No, we started at like 7:45.
Oh, did we? Okay, it doesn't matter. And this is a special anniversary one. We can do it as long as we want. Also, fuck everyone. If we want to do a long podcast, we'll do a long fucking podcast, right?
Well, did we already establish that this is therapy for us?
Yes.
But then we also learned, that was a thing in the start. We were proper arguing over how long our podcast should be. And I wanted to go for the long format because all I ever listened to was Joe Rogan.
Who I went so far off, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not
very weirdly right wing, hasn't he?
I listened to one of his podcasts the other day on the plane, and I was just like, nah, it's just not that interesting or cool anymore. Which, at least
I never liked him.
At least he had a good run. We've been not interesting from the start. So
well, I was listening to the one that he had the woman on from North Korea.
Yeah, I started listening to that. I have to switch it off because I was walking to work and my job's all about being upbeat, funny, and get the party going. And I was listening to how she was pretty much lived the most horrendous life a human beings lived in North Korea. I was like, yeah, not really the mind frame I want to be in.
That's a great way to start work. Hey guys, what a Jaeger bomb? Did you know everyone's dying in North Korea?
Dave, what's up with you? Oh, I'm just really troubled by what's going on in North Korea. Okay. I'd like a pint of 4 pints, please.
But to be quite honest, I am Kim Jong sick of what's going on in North Korea.
That was Dave funny.
Yeah, thanks. But I was listening to it and he was starting to talk about Australia's lockdown. And he was like, in Australia, the army are stopping people going outside and there's helicopters everywhere telling you to get back into your house. I'm like, you've got a platform of literally millions of people and you're putting out shit like this. Yeah. When the fuck is that happening? Like he was saying, when you go outside your house, there's helicopters going up and down, like through the streets, like telling you to get back into your house.
Which was something that was brought up to me a while ago.
Isn't that happening in some LGAs in Sydney, though?
Is it?
But he's making it out as if it's the whole fucking country. Like, no one's allowed out. And also, I don't think that's happening all the time in Sydney.
During the peak lockdown shit, they had the ADF patrolling streets and shit.
What, helicopters telling people to get back in the house?
I don't know about helicopters, but...
Yeah, I have, especially the ADF were helping check up on people to make sure they were isolating properly.
Yeah, Peyton had army people come to our house.
It makes sense.
They're scary.
It's Peyton. It's Peyton. She's wild. She'll try and escape.
They were just worried because Australia's wine intake had dropped drastically.
She's still alive.
If no one can drink wine like Peyton can, it's an absolute achievement.
Stupid.
Here's another thing for why we started the podcast is because 80% of my listening now is podcasting. And I don't think it's weird now going back. I don't think I could spend my passive time any other way. I have to listen to. The reason I wanted to get into the podcast is because I do like chatting shit and having a beer, but I do like actually getting into quite serious topics and seeing how other people tick on them and their views and the point. But I've always approached difficult conversations with an air of naivety. Like I'll never want to argue with someone and be like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. This is right. This is right. I've always been in arguments or discussions or whatever. I've been like, it's interesting how you see it that way. Why do you see it that way?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, there's been times that people have said some pretty outrageous things. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and now educate you how I've experienced it. A big thing for me was when I went home for Christmas, just before COVID kicked off. Sorry.
I'm about to cry.
Yeah. Was the Australian bushfires, and I went home and I was speaking to all my friends and family and Lisa's friends and family, and they were like, "Oh, it's bad over there with the bushfires and everything." And I was like, "Do you realize how bad it is?" And they thought it was just like a 5-minute thing that we'd get over. We could just sprinkle a bit of water on it and it'd be gone. I was like, do you know how detrimental these bushfires are? It's like, if this was in England right now, all of Greater London would have been wiped out in one day. And they're like, when you put it into context of people like that, it really like is mind-opening for them, mind-blowing. So, but I enjoy that sort of conversations with people where they have this perspective on things. If you've been through it, I like kind of go, well, this is how it was me going through it. And it's the same on the other foot if I don't know anything about it. It's like Dwayne. Dwayne knows a lot about Aboriginal history and stuff like that.
Yeah, who, by the way, we need to get on this podcast.
We do need to get on. And I've spoken to him, he's very keen to come on as well.
Oh, I missed that. I've not seen him in so long.
I can't wait to see Dwayne. If I'm allowed into the state.
He's very, very keen to come on. But just to finish my point on the other foot is he's something where I spoke to him and I know nothing about the Aboriginal history and all that, where he's very knowledgeable. And to approach that situation with a bit of naivety and interest and be like, well, I actually don't. Can you help me learn about it? And some of the things Dwayne's actually taught me it's pretty eye-opening and pretty. So that's one of the reasons why I got into
One of my favorite things about you, Dave, is how fucking cheerful you are all the time. Jesus Christ Almighty! Right, let's get ourselves. Let's see. Right, well, let's rush through these last episodes. What else did we have? Go.
That's about it, really. We went on a break after that. We've got to do the questions. But we did an episode. We went on a hiatus for a little bit because I was moving up north. So we did one back, and then we did one about crypto, which I found very interesting. Did an episode about crypto, which you two are very knowledgeable on, and I
made some money, lost some money.
I feel like you lost more money than made money, to be honest.
You only lose money when you sell, David, and I still have some safe moves. So.
and my 417 transactions in 2 months. A bad choice.
This is the thing, though. A lot of people are turning around to me with crypto and just going, yeah, you lose more money than you make to begin with. And I'm just like, it sounds like you need to put in a lot. I think we went into that.
No. I got a lot of that safe move thing. Like a lot of us get very fucking lucky with that and made a bit of money off of it.
I don't even consider that cryptocurrency. That's just like online gambling.
That was literally gambling, and we made a lot of money off of that.
The biggest. You were buying an absolute joke, and now the whole thing is they've fired half their stuff.
I got out at a good time. I actually still can't get into his account.
What?
Yeah, you know, like literally the day of the peak of Safe Moon.
Yeah.
He bought
Ash's account. I think it's your account.
No. He got like $1,000 worth or something, and it crashed, and he forgot the password like instantly, and he's not been able to get back in.
That's
great.
A joke.
Anyway, so crypto happened. What else?
And then after that, we went into Dave's in a coma, which I honestly, I don't know how we.
I don't even know what that episode was about.
Dave, this is a reminder you're still in a coma. We're waiting on you.
Yeah. After that, our last episode was Where Have All the Gentlemen Gone, which got quite a mixed reaction. We got some people commending it and thought it very interesting. Majority of people thought it was dog shit, but
I had people go out their way to tell me how much they hated that episode. Like, actually make an effort to let me know that they hated that episode. And I said, fair enough. Let's just go back to our usual shit then. Let's do that.
I'm just chatting.
I love these. This needs to stay.
Yeah. Okay. So and now
here we are reviewing, and then we've got questions as well.
We've got questions. Now, you said that you compared people that replied to you about this compared to when they replied to me. Can you tell me more about that?
So obviously it's a team effort, that what we've done today, except for Isaac. Didn't see one post from you.
Post on Three Schooners. That's me.
Yeah, I know, but I posted on a personal profile, and JJ posted on his personal profile.
Every person on my personal profile tells me our podcast is too long.
I don't give a fuck about them. They can all fuck off.
Right,
that's why I didn't ask them.
It's like an hour long, so they're saying it's too long, so they want it to be like 5 minutes, or better yet, just doesn't happen at all.
20 to 40.
That's
what do you mean? You cannot.
20 to 40 minutes is just Dave explaining what fucking beer he has. We've not got enough time for this shit.
I do talk a lot. So yes, you asked on your personal profile about questions that we should be asked, because we don't really do much for the fans. And then I went on my Facebook. And well, let's put it this way: you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. I had 1.
Was it Elise?
No, it wasn't. Even my own partner in crime doesn't support me.
Does mine? Did Jasmine leave a question?
Yeah,
she did actually.
We'll skim over yours and then we can answer them. But there was one.
Okay,
and then we can analyze Dave's.
Can we go yours first? Let's do yours first.
You were saying yours first really sets up mine, I think.
Okay, right. Let's do it. Right.
Okay. So yours was cereal in the bowl and then milk. We'll go back to that. One was building 7.
Wait, are we answering?
No. Let's. Right, I'll go through. Right. Okay, I'll go through them for my question.
One was. More on.
I'll go through my question.
The next one was.
Right. I'll go through my questions because I want to see who they're from and all that. And I think that's quite nice. It's a person.
I wrote down their names. I actually wrote. Okay. Do you want me to ask them?
No. That's what I just
Ask
said.
them.
You're going to ask them?
I'll ask them.
Yeah.
No. I'll ask them.
You didn't get question 1.
Okay. So. Ryan Allen, thank you.
Right, okay, so that wasn't question 1. You've missed question 1.
No, I might not have it in that order.
All right, okay.
I have all the questions. So, Ryan Allen, hi Ryan, thank you for listening. We'll be sending you a badge in the post.
You'll get your own personalized NFT.
Yeah. So,
we can do that.
Ryan asked, why do we put cereal in the bowl and then milk and not the other way around?
I know the answer to this. Splashback. That is 100% the answer. If you put milk in first and pour that cereal in, if it's dense like Cheerios, fuck, you're getting splashback to fuck. You're going to look like Riley Reid at a bukkake party. That's what's going to happen right there. But instead, if we put the cereal in first,
Plus,
hi, Isaac's mum.
The thing that you want to consume is the cereal. So you want the milk ratio to be relative to the cereal. Whereas if the thing you're consuming was the milk, then do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what I have a problem with? People who eat cereal outside the designated breakfast hours.
No, so get fucked. Cereal's super.
What do you mean?
It's an always food.
Mate, if you
it's like eggs. Eggs are an always food.
Yeah.
Don't go tell me they're only breakfast.
I hate a cereal. I hate someone. I suppose this word works both ways. A cereal cruncher. You know what I mean? Someone that gets like, and it's like, and they crunch up all their.
Fun fact about me: I only eat porridge because I can't have cold milk with cereal.
I only ever drink milk when it is with cereal. I hate milk otherwise.
You know, some people have cereal with water. That's a thing.
What do you mean?
That's a thing. Google it. Google it.
What are you talking about?
If you Google cereal with water, yes, you can eat cereal with water if you like the taste.
I'm putting this out there. If you're a person that eats cereal with water and you listen to this podcast, fuck off. We don't want you here.
Right. I don't agree with it.
Listening in the first place.
But John Green, esteemed author, YouTuber, and podcaster, is a water with cerealer.
Oh my God. Do the police know about this?
I mean, I'm nah, not okay.
Right,
when they say cereal, water with porridge as well, I'm not okay with that. So
I've tried that. It doesn't work. It's not good.
Uncle Toby is somewhat believing it. The staff over there. Maybe we should take the fight to the man. But yeah.
Right. Anyway, next question.
Well, next one was from John Blaine.
Oh, John Blaine.
He didn't really ask a question.
I just want to say a little bit about John fucking Blaine, David. Okay.
Right. Sorry,
John Blaine, who I believe still owns or manages Kokomo in Glasgow, which is a fantastic club. Very lovely man. Very avid Pokemon Go player.
Oh,
very avid. Like one of the highest ranking Pokemon Go players I've ever seen.
Is that still going?
Oh yeah, man, big time. Hi, John Blaine.
He didn't really ask a question. He just said Building 7. Do you want to care to elaborate?
Do you know what Building 7 is, Dave?
No, I don't.
Wow. Okay. Fucking get ready. Because we have a fucking story to tell.
Okay.
Okay, so 9/11 happened. 2 towers fucked off. You know, big planes fucking smashed into them, fell to the floor. Everyone was quite sad about it. Here's the thing, though. There was a separate building called Building 7 that was in one of the directions to the towers, quite close to it, but not hit by anything, okay? And there was this really weird thing that happened where BBC News are reporting, so the reporter's sitting here with a mic, and over his shoulder is Building 7. That was also part of the World Trade Center. Because it wasn't just those 2 towers, there was other buildings round about that area that was part of it. So BBC News are reporting saying, and Building 7 has just collapsed as well. Apart from the fact, Dave, that it hadn't, and it was still sitting behind them. 20 minutes later, though, Building 7 collapses. No damage to it, and it just falls down.
Yeah, right.
And no one could figure out on it. Watch it over and over again. This building has got nothing going on, and the explanation they gave was something like, "Oh,
I was going to say, what was the explanation?
It was just fucked. It was something stupid like, oh, you know, it was going to tumble down, so we had to bring it down ourselves." How the fuck did you have people ready there to bring that down?
What do you mean?
That's part of the old dodginess of it all, isn't it?
Sorry, that's
you guys. Running for your life. Do you want to help us bring down this building as well? Well, yeah, both of them have fallen. Why
look
not?
into Building 7. Unbelievable. I could talk for days on Building
Google
7.
That.
It's very interesting. Anyway, next question.
I didn't know that was my next one. So good. Lukey Z asked more on Cheesecake Man. Who is Cheesecake Man?
Cheesecake Man.
I don't know. What's his actual name's Justin or something like that?
Something like that.
He makes cheesecakes. He's also very infatuated with my other half. He very infatuated with her. Keeps giving her chocolates and shit. Really weird.
But they're so tasty.
They're fucking good chocolate. I have heard they're really good.
You can send him my address if you want.
You know he has a girlfriend.
So I've heard.
No, I've met her.
Well, listen, Cheesecake Man, I'm coming for you. Right? I don't like cheese. Quite fond of cake though. But you and I are going to have a battle. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet.
Pokemon Go.
But the winner has to leave the city. I hope you've never played the game Peanuts before, because that's what it's going to be.
Also, how weird is it that someone put cheese in a cake?
Right, moving on.
They're my favorite type of cake, I reckon. So not that weird.
Sean Murphy had 2 questions for us. He said, Is
Double
it
trouble.
gay? Is it gay if you have socks on / close your eyes? I'm hoping he's not talking about
don't-
general life.
I don't
You just
understand the
walk around
sock
with-
thing. I think that's perfectly fine.
Is it gay if you have sex with a man with socks on / close your eyes? That's the question. No.
I think in this modern world, you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want.
Sean, I miss you quite a lot, but yeah, listen, so Sean's got this thing where he's one of them homosexual men, and he's one of my favorite people in the whole world. He's got this thing where he'll go into a nightclub and find a straight guy and take him home. It's very weird. He does it all the time.
Superb.
If they're telling you it's not gay because they're keeping their socks on or their eyes are closed, that's fine, Sean.
I don't understand the sock thing at all.
Oh man, it's not gay if you keep your socks on. It's not even sex if you keep your socks on.
It depends if like Ashley Nichols kept his socks on.
Legally, he has to because of the fungus thing.
I saw a picture, and mostly people listening, but Ashley Nichols is one of these men who will wear socks till, it's fucking holier than the Bible. It's Dave joke. But yeah, no, it's not great. I think his socks are harboring the next pandemic, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. After that was your lovely fiance, Yasmin, who I can never say her surname. How do you say her surname?
Devereaux.
Okay, so there you go. We just gave away full information.
Oh no, cheesecake man.
Her question was:
I think Yasmin has removed them from all social media. Just putting that out there.
She wanted to talk about the evolution of tech / the iPhone, which we kind of already done that. We could probably go into that. We've already done an episode on it.
Yeah. I think she said to me, she just wanted to say really what they think will happen with the new iPhone. We kind of know what's going to happen. The little notch at the top is going to be a little bit smaller.
Wired into your brain.
Well, the next one, so they've already got leaks for the iPhone 14. And that's all the cameras are now recessed into the phone, so there's no camera bump anymore. The notch is completely gone, and it looks like it might not even have a charge port on it.
100% wireless.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
There you go.
It looks like they found a way to transfer data through, that MagSafe thing they've got in the back now.
Yeah,
it looks like they found a way to transfer
data. Isn't the best.
It'll improve.
It gets very hot. Very hot.
Well, that's what happens when you're transferring electricity via fucking magnets.
Yeah. Next one was by Eric Loco.
Yeah,
Mr. Loco.
Eric, I know that your last name was actually Locos. It's fine. Well,
sorry, Eric. Eric Loco. Who's Eric?
You got very well with Eric. He's a very lovely man.
Blind man that we know.
Okay. nice to meet you, Eric. He said, why Desperados are kings of beer is king of beers. Why is Desperados is king? I think he did a spelling mistake.
Has he just butchered the English language there?
Probably. Why are Desperados king of beers? Which Eric, you might be.
If you look at the little crown that's on my mic right now, see this little crown? That comes from the top of one of
Eric, you're probably a lovely guy, but you're also delusional.
What the fuck are you? Listen, I'll fight you.
We're trying to get sponsored, Dave.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Desperados is the best tasting beer around. Good. And it's 5.9%, by the way.
Is it 5.9?
Yeah, it's quite a dunt, to be honest. It does cost $90 per case of 24.
Jesus.
Though. Yeah. It's a bit spenny.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
And then, that was about it. We did have one question from Dwayne, but we could probably do a whole episode on that. He was, what would backpacking post-COVID-19 look like? Will the orgies industry survive? I feel
there
like
will be orgies everywhere.
Yeah, I think it will survive, Dwayne. I think I'm going to use a term that I love using. I think we're going to age out of it though before that happens.
Yeah.
I think you two are going to age out of it. I think I'm going to be perfectly fine, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think I definitely will.
Oh, wait, we've got another one.
So that was that. Oh, that must have came in after I wrote.
Jake Peacock, who thank you for joining my birthday Zoom, Jake. That was very nice of you. He wants to know about alcoholic drinks and our assumption about the types of people that drink them, which I am all about. That is a good question.
Gin drinkers are psychopaths. That is all.
Yes.
Gin drinkers are psychopaths.
Very emotional.
And he's actually got a second question in there as well, which I'm all for. I think
Rum drinkers who drink it straight, like at the beginning of this episode, me, coolest people alive. Also pirates in a past life.
Yep. So that's that whole answer to that question, Jake. You did have a second question. Popular Melbourne bars tier list. What would be your top 10, do you think?
Top 10 what?
Oh,
Melbourne
bars to go to. Who's going first?
I don't know if I could list 10.
I would obviously base is number one, you know.
Obviously.
Space, baby.
Lona would be up there.
Yeah.
I do love a bit of Lona.
I'm going to have to throw it in to support my good friend, James Murphy. Shout out if you're listening. And I do want to get him on the show one day because he's like basically a mixologist.
I met him.
Yeah, he's great. It's great. St. Lucia. If you are in St. Kilda in Melbourne, I highly recommend you go to St. Lucia. You'll probably have one of the best cocktails of your life. And James is a very, very kind and great fellow. And he runs that with his mate, Luke. And yeah, they're just very good at what they do. And they do amazing food as well. And their bar's fucking cool. And just go there. Do yourself a favor. Go there. The best thing you do.
We've already mentioned it today, but Freddie Wimpole's is, if you want a pub,
Freddy's.
It's a pub feel. It's not normal traditional bar.
I love Freddy's because it's got that American, Canadian type feel. You go like Melbourne winter when it's absolutely like shit cold. It's hailing outside. Like I've had a nice cozy pint in there with our good friend Glenn, and it's fucking great. It's just fucking great.
So Jack has said this to me before. You know the TV show Cheers from like the 80s and 90s, right? So that is like Cheers, because if you're in the St. Kilda bubble and you kind of know most people, you go there after work at whatever time, you walk in, you may not know anyone, you may know someone. You sit at the bar, you just have a pint, and then almost guaranteed someone's going to walk in that you do know. And
that's
you haven't
how I feel
texted
about
them.
base though.
See, but base pre-COVID, yes, not now.
Yeah. No.
Whereas
What are you
right
talking
now,
about? It's literally only people that we know now.
yeah, but that's an empty bar with just someone that you know. That's different.
Yeah.
With Freddy's though, you can go in there, you haven't turned your phone on, you haven't texted someone to come meet you. You're just in there, you're having a pint, you're chatting to the bartender, and then you look and someone that you know comes in, you're like, oh hey, can I sit with you? Yeah, all right. And it's like being before smartphones. And I think that's magical because nothing is like that anymore.
That's what a pub should be like as well. Yeah.
So
what was that? Was that 4?
We should hopefully have a new one to add to this list very soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Name to be announced.
Name to be announced that we can't say anything about.
I'm so gutted that I'm not going to see that bar.
You will.
Gutted.
You will.
Soon.
Yeah.
I'm back in February.
Get away from that.
Bar number 5. I think Fifth Province is a great bar.
We're very St. Kilda.
We have been very St. Kilda.
Okay, should we go out? Well, we've got plenty on Chapel Street as well.
Chapel Street. Revs. You have to do Revs.
Revs is super. I fucking love Revs.
Pawn and Co.
I actually don't rate Pawn.
Don't you say it. Don't you dare say it. Pawn and Co is my favorite nightclub / bar, hands down. I have had some of the greatest nights of my life in that bar.
I think it's beautiful.
So good.
The whole ideal is unreal.
So for those listening, just quickly, those listening, Pawn and Co is actually a pawn shop, not sex, actually, where you could go in and buy anything in there. They have all like weird shit in the walls.
Anything that's on the walls you can buy.
You can literally buy if you want to. Electric, I've not had many chances to experience.
Electric that break in lockdowns.
That's what I mean. Before
rules don't matter.
Back before COVID, when me and Ash were doing the promoting game in St. Kilda, and we were working with some bars on Chapel, Electric was one of those bars you just didn't go near. You didn't.
They rebranded out of lockdown, and in a way that was stronger than anyone else. They opened at 12:01 with fucking guns blazing.
Guns blazing isn't the word. I don't know what you would call that. That was insane
But the reports I've heard of electric after lockdown are insane.
Yeah.
Like it's the number one place to go. But before COVID, you would not touch the place.
No.
You wouldn't go there.
Not
you would
for
lose.
5 years.
Even in a promoter world, it'd be like, why would I promote your venue when everyone will go to Rebs or Pornico? It's like you were flogging a dead horse, in my opinion.
Shall we do Isaac a favor and say Bunny because he loves Bunny?
Bunny is actually I've DJ'd at Bunny a couple of times and I absolutely love DJing at Bunny. Bunny's great.
I've never DJ'd
I did
Bunny.
a clinical trial with Michael Thomas. Rayner Thomas. He's got a double barrel surname. He's no longer the bar manager though now.
No, so he was GM for a bit, and then one of the co-owners came from Brizzy to take up the reins of GM.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
He was a good guy.
Tim Bates is now the GM. He's a good dude. He's got a big cafe restaurant background, so he's real focusing on the whole barbecue, yummy ribs, get all the meat in my mouth kind of stuff.
I've heard good things coming out with Bunny.
And shout out to Jordan Hiscox, who's the chef at Bunny.
Is Jordan the chef there?
Yeah.
I used to work with Jordan.
How do you know Jordan?
I used to work with him in Lona.
Well, he sent me on my birthday night the other night on the Zoom thing. He heard that it was happening and he was working, so he couldn't make it. So he put together a bunch of cocktails from Bunny and just sent it in a taxi to the house.
What a guy. What a guy.
Lad. He's a good lad. I used to work with him in Lona. Very quiet to begin with.
Until he drinks.
Yeah. Very quiet. But he's a great lad. I've got a lot of time for him because I'm pretty sure he tried to set up a food truck or something.
He did, yeah. Yasmin worked quite close with him. Anyway, so that'll do our bar list. I hope you all enjoyed that.
So you going over your questions was cereal in a bowl of milk, building 7. More on cheesecake, man. Is it gay if you have sex on / close your eyes? Evolution of tech, iPhone. Why desperados are kings of beer? Then we go over to my questions, and I had one. My question was. Will the restriction and isolating of the pandemic cause the upcoming generation to be more inclined to live for the moment and travel / live or save, work and secure their future? That was from Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, yeah.
Anyway,
Jen Bonston.
Thank you for the really upbeat question. Thank you. To answer your question, Ben, yes.
Moving right along.
So that's all I got for you. We did get some unsavory questions on Instagram, but we won't go into them.
Oh yeah, there were some. Yeah, but Ben, we love you. Can't wait to get back pressing buttons. Dave, I can't wait to get back pressing buttons with you one day, man.
That's going to be good. Well, I'm back in February, so we'll tee something up then.
I sent you a couple of new tunes this week.
Actually, I did. I need to check them out, mate. But I've actually got a gig coming up this week.
Whereabouts?
First gig in Queensland. It's in a little bar called 237 Flinders Street.
Ooh.
In Townsville. It's a very nice wine bar. So, I've got my first gig this weekend there.
Can we get a...
Thank you.
Well done, Dave.
Thank you. Well, it's been an interesting, funny little year we've had, boys. And we've still managed to do this podcast, whether people listen or not. We do really appreciate if you do listen as well, though. It means a lot to us. And, we just like drinking beer and chatting shit, really.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Also, if you would like to be on the podcast, if you've got an interesting story that you'd like to tell us or a topic that you'd like to discuss and you would like to be on the podcast, we are very open to that. Or if you know someone that you think we should talk to, very open to that. But I think it'd be very nice to have some fans come and have a chat with us and we can learn about them.
Because we've had some pretty loyal ones. for some who consistently listen to. I know
Yeah.
people who've done road trips and they've listened to our whole show, which is actually really amazing to think that people would give us the time of the day. But we do carry on doing it because you guys keep listening. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps us up quite fucking nicely, to be honest.
Yeah, good little anniversary episode.
Love it.
It was, and hopefully we get another year out of it before the world ends.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have the Sigma variant by then, and then
yeah. We know. And then the next pandemic, and then the asteroid headed towards Earth, and Bruce Willis has to save the day.
We had to get an extra one in, didn't we?
Classic.
Dave.
I think, are we good?
I think that's it.
I think we're good.
I think we should probably get a guest on for the next episode.
We say that every fucking episode.
Yeah, we do.
It's very hard to coordinate, I feel.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to coordinate the three of us, let alone
especially with JJ. Be like, all right, guys, do you want to start at 7? I'm going to be late every time.
I was having my dinner, you cheeky cunt. I'd been in isolation for fucking 2 weeks.
There he goes.
I finally got
there
out to go get my dinner. Anyway, so
and you can tell we all get on really well.
I can't wait until all three of us are in a room again, and I can both flying the both of you.
Yeah.
Right. Do your thing, Isaac.
Well, thanks for listening. My name's Isaac. I'm happy that we got to spend this time with you. Over to you, Dave.
My name is Dave, like Isaac introduced. Happy to also spend time with you guys. Thank you for supporting us through the year, and good night and God bless.
My name is JJ, and thank you very much for spending the last year with us, everyone that's listened. Just so you know, the noise I make when I come is...